Okay. Good morning, everyone. I just have a quick question for you, Chelsea. How many participants are in attendance today? And are you guys located in a conference room or people remotely dialed in?
We're in one room and I'll have to count and get back to you, but I'll let you know.
Okay, if you could just leave it in the chat, that would be fine as well.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll go ahead and begin my portion of the presentation now. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. I'm Carmine Burns from the Illinois Department of Commerce, here with our core partners, and we are excited to share available resources with you all today. We also have a few of our very knowledgeable core partners here with us today to update you on available government resources. The U.S. Department of Labor asks that we notify workers affected by a layoff of their tax refunded government resources. What happens is that our state government agency received notice of a pending layoff that initiates our team to talk about those resources for you at no cost to you, paid for by our federal dollars. You may not need a particular resource we cover here today, but we want you to know that they are available. All of these resources are funded by your employer or by taxes, again, with no additional cost to you. We will try to finish and then take questions within the hour. Please put your questions in the chat pod or write them down, and we will address them at the end of the webinar. From Lake County Workforce Development Center, we have a well-informed Antonio Garcia, who will talk about employment and training resources and how to access them. We also have a very knowledgeable Andres Mendez with the U.S. Department of Labor speaking to continuing health coverage and retirement benefits information. And finally, we have an experienced Jamie Rim with the Illinois Department of Employment Security to help navigate the unemployment insurance process and an overview of other resources such as employment and training as well. These core partners are here today to update you on resources that are available to displaced employees that have been impacted due to no fault of their own. The federal law that governs workforce benefits is the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, also known as WIOA. WIOA covers adults, youth, dislocated workers, and spouses of dislocated workers. A dislocated worker is anyone laid off due to no fault of their own. You have a window of eligibility from separation until your next date when you can utilize these WIOA services, including a no-cost training grant. We advise you to take the first step to become a recipient of these wonderful services by attending a WIOA orientation, which in turn will enhance your career opportunities. Please copy this link or get it from the chat pod. You can also scan the QR code below the link and bookmark the web page into your phone by using your smartphone camera. Your HR department has the link as well. If you are not able to record it now, this link and QR code goes to your company web page, where you'll find the meeting handouts and a video of this live workshop recording in case you need to reaffirm available resources. Please take a moment to complete the Dislocated Worker Survey because it helps budget the federal funding we give for our state to support our citizens in similar times. The survey has a box to check if you want to be contacted about WIOA resources and job search training. This is all for my presentation. Next is our own local workforce area that serves a large population with vast resources for workers. I'm going to transition the floor to the next speaker, Antonio Garcia with the Lake County Workforce Development Center. Again, thank you for your time.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk about the Job Center of Lake County, its resources, and how they are available to you at no cost. All our services at the Job Center for our employers and for our job seekers are free for the public. As we mentioned, these are federal dollars available to you. The Job Center of Lake County, we're located at 1 North Genesee Street in Waukegan, Illinois, zip code 60085. Due to the ongoing situation with COVID-19, the Job Center of Lake County is closed. However, we are accepting by appointment only. So if you can note down the email ELOCKE, that's Eva Locke at lakecounty.gov, or call 847-377-3450. You can make an appointment for Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can also visit our website, lakecountyjobcenter.com, and that will reroute you to our Job Center website. Again, our phone number is 847-377-3450. If you don't have the ability to note down these numbers, we will be sharing this presentation with you and your employer, so you can have the copy of this presentation today. And as we stated before, this meeting is being recorded, so you can listen to it at a later time. What do we do at the Job Center and who do we serve? We serve all residents of Lake County. However, if you do not reside in Lake County, you are welcome to use our services as well. We serve the unemployed, the unemployed, underemployed, veterans, ex-offenders, persons with disabilities, the youth, and mature workers. Everyone is welcome. At the Job Center, we are part of the American Job Center partners across the country. And at the Job Center of Lake County specifically, we work with an array of partners. As you have heard today, we work with the Illinois Department of Security for unemployment. We work with the College of Lake County, among others, in order if you need training services with us. I'm going to go down to the list here quickly. However, again, this presentation will be shared so you can have the link of the contact information of our partners. Job Center partners from Lake County we specifically work with the Lake County Workforce Development. The federal dollars come from the WIOA grant, as we mentioned, the Workers Innovation and Opportunity Act. We also work with the Illinois Department of Employment Security. If you have any questions, additional resources needed, you can stop by, call us, or visit our website, and we will guide you to the appropriate contact. The College of Lake County, if you need additional assistance, either language barriers or need additional certificates, we will be able to help you with not only your career path, but also your training needs and any certification that you need to improve or skill gaps for your next job. We also work with the Illinois Department of Human Services. If you need temporary assistance for a SNAP or supplemental nutrition, we work with Division of Rehabilitation Services with the Illinois Department of Human Services, the Community Action Partnership, Heat Start and other youth programs as well. We work with the National Able Association, that's employment and training program for qualified seniors. Lake County Housing Authority, housing and family self-sufficient programs. With the Waukegan Housing Authority as well, it's for housing and family self-sufficiency program. And we do list the contact information or the website for each of our partners in this presentation. And we also work with youth. We also work with youth. The age group within the policy that is defined by WIOA is the age group 18 to 24. Above 25, WIOA considers as adult. We do work with Youth Build Lake County, Youth Conservation Corps, and Job Corps. And we do list their contact information in our presentation. Our accommodations at Job Center of Lake County, as I mentioned before, we welcome everyone. We do have a computer with a large monitor on an adjustable table if needed. We have large keyboard with braille on keys, trackball mouse for those with limited hand mobility. We have closed circuit TV to enlarge printed materials, screen reading software, and we also offer interpret services, all for free. You may contact the Job Center at 847-377-3465, or directly contact our programs director, Damar Harris, at dharris@lakecounty.il.gov if you have any additional accommodation needs. The Job Center of Lake County Employment Services is one of our primary services. Within our website at lakecountyjobcenter.com, we do offer the ability for you to look at what companies have posted, what jobs companies have posted, what are the availabilities. Some companies do list the wages and who to contact immediately and a snapshot. We encourage you to visit our website under the section Who's Hiring, and you will see an array of industries and open positions that are currently available for you. All positions have been vetted through our business services team, so you know that whatever position is out there has been reviewed by our business services team. In addition to looking for open opportunities, you can also upload your resume to see what your skills gaps is. We also offer assistance with job search, resume assistance if you need to update your resumes, or if you need a mock interview for a very specific position you're looking for. Again, make sure to head to our website and check our calendars for upcoming career and employment events that we update this every month. One of my favorite parts of what we do here at the Job Center of Lake County is we do industry exploration and labor market information in order to create a career path. So that career exploration and planning. We also help with case management and support services by informing you about our community and the resources available to you by our community. My favorite part is if you need additional training, we will be able to pay up to $7,000 for your training or that certificate. Or if you are looking to go into the healthcare industry, we would pay up to $10,000 for your certificate. I do want to call out that this is not a loan. These are federal dollars are available to you for their certificate. If you want to participate in this program and have this grant available to you, what would happen is once we identify the skills gap and the training, we will work with the College of Lake County in order to pay that tuition for you to have your certificate. This certificate is yours to keep, and there's no repaying back. Again, this is available to you at no cost. We also offer the, while you are in training, we also the ability for a paid work experience, which actually this increase a minimum of $15 to $20 based on the work site. What that means is that you will be able to work and earn at the same time. Please again visit our website for more information on how to get started. The Job Center of Lake County has also virtual tools available to you. Due to the pandemic, we were pushed to put everything online. We do offer these services in person, again, by appointment at our job center. However, if you wish to complete the services online, we have the self-directed 5 steps to your next job. That will guide you in order to where to start and how to improve your resume or how to do an interview. We also, as I mentioned earlier, we do have a calendar that we upload every month and we update it of job fairs, job expos, and also industry snapshots completed by our business services team. And then we also have the job opportunities page. Again, this is vetted through our business services team, and our accounts executives review every single job that is posted there to ensure that is an accurate and available job for you. All of these highlighted sections are links. So once you receive this document, you can go directly to the link, or visit our lakecountyjobcenter.com website. The Job Center of Lake County Resources Library as well is a great resource where we have Job Center flyers, we have workforce briefs, newsletters, job search documents, and we also have a video library that you can find useful. The Lake County Careers website, the Careers Resources offers the opportunity to work, earn, and learn. As I mentioned before, while you are in training, we could place you in a job site where you are working and earning at the same time. We work with you on your career path with Workforce Essential Skills Training and Construction Works as a program that we work with you directly. Eventually, we want a career path for you to offer you the ability to not only explore what your current needs are or wants, and that's what we call a career path, is if you're looking to stay within your same industry, you want to move in an industry or improve your skills to have another job, we will be able to help you that. And we do this all on a one-on-one basis. Once you enroll in our services, a career specialist will reach out to you on a one-on-one and explore that career path with you. And finally, we do have hiring events. So please check out our website, lakecountyjobcenter.com, where you will see the current hiring events that we have today. On the same note, on a state level, we also advise you to visit the Get Hired Illinois website. And the link is also embedded here, where you will be able to see it's www.illinois.gov/get-hired. And within that page, you will see more job listings, more job fairs that are available that employers input there, and a ton of online resources as well. Real quick, I wanted to let you know how all this is being available and how this is possible and who is paying for this. These are federal dollars. These are not taxpayers' dollars. These are federal dollars. The Workers and Innovation Opportunity Act, WIOA for short, is a law that was signed on July 22nd, 2014, and it is the law of the land in the 50 states. So wherever you go in the country, this is available to you. And also, how are we able to pay for that training is through the Trade Adjustment Assistance Program. That this program, again, these are federal dollars available to you and specifically to our dislocated workers who have lost their job at no fault of their own. In order to participate in the WIOA program and the career services, you must be found eligible through the WIOA policy, and we do have some requirements. However, this group today, because you are considered a dislocated worker, you must have received a letter. Please save a copy of that letter because that will make you immediately eligible for this program. Again, a career specialist will reach out to you directly, and you can work with them on a one-on-one basis. So in summary, the career employment services is the very first step is to complete the WIOA pre-screening application, where we do include the link. If you go to our lakecountyjobcenter.com, go to employment resources, and at the top right, you will see a link that is called virtual information session. Please complete that virtual information session, and at the very bottom of the page, there's going to be a register and start your pre-screening. Complete that process, upload your resume, and then a staff member will reach out to you within 2 business days to see what your career path needs are. And then once that is completed, we will be able to work with you on finding your next job, looking at skills gaps, or in a work paid experience. And finally, you may join us or follow us in social media at Facebook, Lake County Workforce, or in LinkedIn, our handle is @JobCenter Lake County, or as well at Twitter, our handle is @LakeCountyJobs, where we have all of this information posted. You can see you have links to our website, and also within the social media platforms, we do list the upcoming events. So that is the portion for Lake County Workforce Development. Again, we will share this presentation with you so you can have it ready and available. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Antonio, for providing that much needed information. Again, we ask that you all write down your questions and save them for the end of the meeting to ensure we provide as much information to you all within the allotted time frame. At this time, I would like to transfer the floor to our next presenter, Andres Mendez with the U.S. Department of Labor.
Good morning, everyone. Are you all able to see my screen? Just want to confirm.
Yes, confirmed.
Okay, good. All right, so my name is Andres Mendez. I'm with the U.S. Department of Labor, specifically an agency called the Employee Benefits Security Administration, and I'll be talking about protecting your employee benefits after separation. So who we are and why we're here. The Department of Labor and our agency, the Employee Benefits Security Administration, we administer the Employee Retirement Income Security Act of 1974, otherwise known as ERISA, which governs retirement plans and health and welfare plans. So you may have rights to certain health and retirement benefit protections when you lose your job. If your company provided a group health plan, you may be entitled to continued health benefits for a period of time if you cannot find a job immediately. You may also be eligible for affordable or more generous options for health coverage available to you and your family through other group health plan coverage, such as through a spouse's plan, the individual marketplace, and then also certain government programs. The important thing that you should know during this entire presentation, this will be a running theme, is that timely action is needed to protect your benefits. These are the health insurance options that we will go over in a moment. The Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, otherwise known as Hipaa, it provides a special enrollment right in other group health coverage for workers and their families. This is usually through a spouse's plan. The Consolidated Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act, otherwise known as Cobra, this provides workers with the right to continue their health coverage under their former employer's plan for a limited period of time, typically 18 months after they've lost their job or after they've experienced a reduction in hours. You can also apply for and enroll in Medicaid or CHIP. CHIP is the Children's Health Insurance Program. At any time of the year, if you qualify, your coverage can begin immediately. And lastly, the Affordable Care Act also provided special enrollment rights for individual coverage in the health insurance marketplace. The Affordable Care Act includes additional health coverage protections for dislocated workers and their families. So for example, group health plans and marketplace plans cannot deny health coverage to individuals due to a pre-existing condition. So a little bit about each of these in more detail. Hipaa special enrollments. Hipaa offers protections for people who lose their jobs and their health coverage. The law provides additional opportunities to enroll in an employer-sponsored group health plan if you lose other coverage or experience certain life events. And more importantly, it prohibits discrimination against employees and their dependents based on any health factors that they may have, including prior medical conditions, previous claims experience, and genetic information. One cost-effective option for maintaining health coverage is special enrollment. If other employer-sponsored group health coverage is available to you, and like I said, this is typically through a spouse, you should consider special enrollment in that plan. It allows you and your family to enroll in an employer-sponsored group health plan for which you are otherwise eligible, regardless of enrollment period. So again, key, it doesn't matter if we're outside of open enrollment. If you experience a Cobra qualifying event, that does give you a Hipaa special enrollment period. However, to qualify, you must request enrollment within 30 days of losing eligibility. So this is important. I'll highlight this. Again, another running theme through this presentation. The key date when it comes to health coverage is not necessarily your last day at work. It's your last day of coverage. I say that because the 2 days could theoretically be different. Sometimes people are terminated or laid off, and their health coverage continues for maybe till the end of the month, maybe longer. If there's like severance agreements, it just depends. You could always confirm this with HR. After you request special enrollment due to your loss of eligibility for coverage, your new coverage will begin no later than the first day of the next month. Again, this is time sensitive, so it's better to take action as quickly as possible rather than waiting. Cobra continuation coverage. Another way to maintain health coverage is to elect coverage under Cobra. While dislocated workers may lose health coverage from their former employer, they may have the right to continue coverage under certain conditions. Health continuation rules enacted under Cobra apply to dislocated workers and their families, as well to workers who change jobs or whose hours have been reduced, thus causing them to lose eligibility for health coverage. The coverage is temporary, however, the employee may bear the cost. So in almost all circumstances and normal, absent COVID-19, which led to a series of laws, the employee almost always bears the cost. The continuation coverage must be identical to the coverage currently available under the plan to similarly situated active employees and their families. So in short, there can't be any difference between what the plan you have under Cobra offers you as opposed to what the plan that active employees have. So generally it's the same coverage that you had immediately before the qualifying event. I can't really think of any situation where that's not true unless the person elects to continue only a certain part of their plan. You must receive the same benefits, choices, and services that the similarly situated participant or beneficiary currently receives under the plan, such as the right during open enrollment season to choose among available coverage options. So like, medical, dental, vision, etc. You are subject to the same rules and limits that would apply to a similarly situated employee or beneficiary, such as co-payment requirements, deductibles, coverage limits. The plan's rules for filing benefit claims and appealing any denied claims also apply. Life insurance and disability benefits are not considered medical care, and so therefore they are not covered under Cobra. Cobra covered group health plans that are sponsored by private sector employers, such as this one, generally are governed by the Employee Retirement Income Security Act of 1974. Again, ERISA for short. ERISA does not require employers to have plans or provide any particular level of benefits, but it does require that if the company does sponsor plans, they have to follow ERISA's rules. So there's really like a catch-all. There's no real way to get out of this. There are some niche circumstances, but they certainly would not apply to this employer. ERISA also gives participants and beneficiaries legally enforceable rights. Cobra generally applies to all group health plans maintained by private sector employers with at least 20 employees. Cobra continued. Generally, individuals who qualify for coverage are entitled to a maximum period of 18 months initially, but coverage may end earlier under certain circumstances, and they are the following. If you don't pay your premiums on time, clearly that's reason to end Cobra continuation coverage for someone. If the former employer decides to discontinue the health plan altogether, this has happened. I've seen it happen before. It's not that common actually, but you do see it happen occasionally. If the former employer does not have a health plan under which to continue, there's no Cobra. So I mean, it's kind of like intuitive, as unfortunate as that would be. You obtain coverage with another employer's group health plan. So this is basically, if you find another job quickly and you are eligible for coverage, that may terminate your right to Cobra. It depends on the rules of the plan. There are some instances where people can continue, but that's something that you would have to consult with the rules of the plan for your workplace plan. If you qualify for Medicare benefits, that's usually the end of Cobra continuation coverage for most people. And so employers may offer longer periods of Cobra coverage, but are only required to do so under special circumstances, such as disability, of your disability or a family member's, that would give you that would actually be 11 months extra of continuation coverage. An employee's death or divorce, or when an employee's child ceases to meet the definition of a dependent child under the health plan. These would typically give you another 18 months for a total of 36. Under Cobra, as a former employee, you will usually pay the entire premium. That is the premium that you paid as an active employee, plus the amount or contribution made by your employer. In addition, there could be a 2% administrative fee. So as you could tell, most people under normal circumstances, again, I know I keep adding that caveat, typically do not pursue this option. But we'll get more into that later, why that changed later. When you're no longer eligible for health coverage, your employer has to provide you with an election notice regarding your rights to Cobra continuation coverage. So here's a basic sequence of events. So first, the employer has to notify the plan, any plan administrators that are involved in paperwork for the plan, within 30 days after the employee's termination or reduction in hours that causes them to lose their health benefits. After that, the plan administrator has to provide a notice to those affected employees and their covered dependents about their right to continue under Cobra within 14 days. So in short, they have 40 days to send you and your dependents a Cobra election notice. You must respond to this Cobra election notice if you are actually interested in pursuing this option. If not, you could simply leave it as is. You don't have to reply. It's kind of taken as like an implicit waiving of your right to Cobra. But if you are interested, you have 60 days to elect Cobra, and then 45 days after that to make an initial payment. And then once you do so, the coverage is retroactive to the date that you lost health coverage. So it would essentially close any gap that existed. After that, you would just continue making payments on a monthly basis. They're typically due at the beginning of the month. And then, you would continue until you'd like to. The only thing that, that we should add is that if you happen to start Cobra and you drop it and you're outside of the open enrollment period, you decide just to stop making your Cobra payments, then you kind of find yourself in a sticky situation where it's not impossible to find coverage, but it is extraordinarily difficult outside of open enrollment. Extension of timeframes, we have to touch on this really quick. So EBSA, our agency, the Employee Benefit Security Administration, we issued a joint notice with the Department of the Treasury and the IRS that extends certain timeframes for employee benefit plans due to COVID-19. I mentioned this in passing. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. This is not really relevant anymore. If you find yourself in a situation where extension of timeframes comes into question, definitely feel free to give us a call or to submit a web inquiry, and I'll provide that information in the chat and at the end of the presentation. Additional protections for COVID-19, I will mention this. So in March 2020, the Families First Coronavirus Response Act and the CARES Act were enacted. These laws contain a few provisions relating to employment-based health plans and health insurance issuers that offer group health insurance policies. So these laws, they require coverage of diagnostic testing for COVID-19 without cost sharing. So this means no deductibles, co-pays, or co-insurance would apply, and without requiring pre-authorization. This includes urgent care visits, emergency room visits, and in-person telehealth visits to the doctor that result in an order for or administration of a COVID-19 test, including were rendered by an out-of-network provider. So again, we want to be clear, this is referring to testing. The law also allows health savings accounts, HSAs, eligible high deductible health plans to cover telehealth and remote care services without a deductible or with a deductible below the minimum annual deductible otherwise required by the IRC, the Internal Revenue Code. Also, under these laws, special distribution or loan provisions were available. Those have since expired, but just know that retirement plans in general, they typically have hardship loans and other resources that may be available to you in times of distress or crisis. For more information, visit our dedicated COVID-19 page, which the link I will put in the chat again at the end for anyone who's interested. Cobra under the American Rescue Plan Act. So the American Rescue Plan Act was signed into law early this year in March of 2021. And under this American Rescue Plan Act, or ARP for short, workers who have been involuntarily terminated from employment or had their hours involuntarily reduced may be eligible for premium assistance for Cobra continuation coverage. Assistance eligible individuals are eligible for a 100% subsidy of their Cobra premiums. This assistance is excluded from the employee's gross income. So that's for tax purposes. To be eligible for the premium subsidy, the employee or family members must first be eligible for Cobra as a result of the employee's involuntary termination of employment or reduction in hours, and they must elect Cobra coverage. So this is like a two-parter. When you receive the Cobra election notice, it'll also mention the American Rescue Plan Act, and you basically elect both. The Cobra premium subsidy applies to periods of coverage on or after April the 1st, 2021 to September the 30th, 2021 as well. There is no premium subsidy available for Cobra premiums for the periods before April the 1st, 2021. So I guess they want to make it very clear. The subsidy period is April 1st through September 30th of this year. The Cobra premium assistance ends the earlier of September 30th. When the assistance eligible individual becomes eligible for other group health coverage. So if you happen to, land another job and you're eligible from the first day, the moment you're eligible for another plan, that's it for the Cobra subsidy. This is typically like through a spouse's plan, a new employer's plan, or if the end of the maximum Cobra coverage period comes before September 30th. That's not going to be the case for anyone here, but we have to mention it. After September 30th, 2021, if you have not exhausted your maximum Cobra or period of Cobra coverage, which most of you will not, none of you will actually theoretically, then you may continue your coverage, but however, you would have to pay the full premiums in all likelihood, unless there's some kind of contractual agreement or some severance plan. An employer may allow an assistance eligible individual to enroll in another plan that is available to similarly situated active employees and does not have a higher premium than the coverage they were enrolled in previously. The plan must provide notice of this option, and the assistance eligible individual has 90 days from that notice to enroll in other plan coverage. Continuing with the American Rescue Plan Act, if you were involuntarily terminated or had a reduction in hours before April the 1st, 2021, and you were eligible for Cobra but didn't elect Cobra when first offered, or elected Cobra and later discontinued it, then you may be eligible for an extended election period to elect Cobra. I don't think this is the case for anyone here. Again, something that we have to mention. If you find yourself in this situation, then definitely give us a call. It's a little more complicated. So Cobra under the American Rescue Plan Act, plans are required to notify qualified beneficiaries about the premium subsidy and provide information about their rights under the American Rescue Plan Act. The general notice must be written in clear and understandable language, and it must be provided separately or with a Cobra election notice following the qualifying event. The notice should include things like the forms necessary to establish eligibility, the name, address, phone number for the plan administrator, description of the extended election period, description of qualified beneficiaries' obligation to notify the plan if they become eligible for another group health plan or Medicare. So this is key. If you become eligible for other coverage while you're receiving the subsidy, it's your responsibility to communicate that to your former employer's HR and/or any third parties that they use to help administer the plan. If you don't, if there is an audit, you could face a penalty. So just be aware of that. So those are a few things. I'm not going to go into everything that the notice needs to include. The three main things that you need to know about what makes you eligible for the American Rescue Plan Act are: number one, you had to have been involuntarily terminated or experienced an involuntary reduction in hours. You cannot be eligible for other group health coverage, such as through a spouse or a new employer. And finally, number three, the easiest one probably, you cannot be eligible for Medicare and be eligible for the American Rescue Plan Act subsidy at the same time. Individual coverage through the health insurance marketplace. So the health insurance marketplace is another way that workers who lose their jobs can find health coverage for themselves and for their families. In the marketplace, you can compare your coverage options and see what premiums, deductibles, and out-of-pocket costs will be before you actually enroll. You can also choose between different categories and types of plans. Through the marketplace, you may qualify for a tax credit that lowers your monthly premiums and cost-sharing reductions to your deductibles, co-insurance, and co-payments. Losing your job-based health coverage gives you an opportunity to enroll in the health insurance marketplace. So again, to qualify for a special enrollment, you must select a plan within 60 days after losing your job-based health coverage, and you should keep any documentation of your current coverage and effective dates, because you may need it when you request a special enrollment in a marketplace plan. The date of coverage, the commencement date of coverage will depend on when you select your plan. If you need health insurance in the time between losing your job-based health coverage and beginning your coverage to the marketplace, then you may wish to elect Cobra to cover that period of time. Under the American Rescue Plan Act, many people who buy their health insurance directly through the marketplace will be eligible to receive increased tax credits to reduce their premiums. Starting April the 1st, 2021, consumers enrolling in marketplace coverage through healthcare.gov will be able to take advantage of increased savings and lower costs. Premiums will decrease on average by $50 per person per month, or by $85 per policy per month. 4 out of 5 enrollees will be able to find a plan for $10 or less after premium tax credits, and over 50% of enrollees will be able to find a silver plan for less than $10, for $10 or less. For information on the marketplace plans and premium assistance under the American Rescue Plan Act, you could visit healthcare.gov. Okay, so coverage through a government program. When you fill out a marketplace application, you can also find out if you and your family qualify for free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or from the Children's Health Insurance Program, otherwise known as CHIP. That's why I recommend going to healthcare.gov or calling their phone number, which, and I could also provide that, because when you fill that out, not only are you looking at your alternatives for coverage through the marketplace, so through private insurance carriers, but also through the state, you'll be screened automatically. So, you know, it's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You can apply for and enroll in Medicaid and CHIP at any time of the year. If you qualify, your coverage can begin immediately. Retirement plans, really quick to wrap this presentation up. ERISA protects the assets of millions of Americans, so that funds placed in retirement plans during their working lives will be there when they retire. Dislocated workers face 2 important issues when they leave employment. Number 1 is their access to these retirement funds, and the second is continued safety of those retirement plan investments. So you want to keep coverage on any changes your former employer makes, including changes of address, mergers and acquisitions, and changes to their employer name. We all know that businesses change their names all the time and or operate under numerous names. If you move, give the plan administrator your new contact information. This is key. If you're not going to do anything with your retirement money, if you're going to keep it there for a while, simply out of, you know, having to look for another job, and maybe you don't have the time to focus on this right now, or if you like the performance of your company's plan, regardless, if your money's staying there, keep them aware of any changes you make to your address. If you move, even if it's in the same city, doesn't matter, make them aware, because they have to fulfill certain reporting and disclosure requirements, namely sending you statements and or changes to the plan. If they cannot do so, and if they can't find you, they would send your money to unclaimed property, and that turns into a very annoying process to get your money back. So you want to avoid it. ERISA does not require that retirement plans provide lump sum distributions. Lump sum distributions are possible only if the plan documents specifically provide for them. They almost always do, but you know. Generally, if you are enrolled in a 401k, profit sharing plan, or other type of defined contribution plan, which is a plan in which you have an individual account, your plan may provide a lump sum distribution of your retirement money when you leave the company. Again, this is almost always the case if you want it. However, if you are in a defined benefit plan, which I'm not sure if anyone here is, but I'll mention that these are what are traditionally referred to as pensions, a plan in which you receive a fixed pre-established benefit. Your benefits begin at retirement age generally. This is typically between age 60 and 65. 65 is universally considered the retirement age for these kinds of plans. These types of plans are less likely to allow you to receive your money early. Okay, so if you leave your employer before retirement age, whether or not you can take your benefits out and roll them into another tax qualified plan or account will depend on what type of plan you're in. If you're in a defined contributions plan, such as a 401k, IRA, simple IRA, 403b, etc., and you leave your employer before retirement age, in most cases, you will be able to transfer your account balance out of your employer's plan. So your options include a rollover into an IRA. So you can ask your employer to transfer your account balance directly into an individual retirement account or IRA. This could be with a new employer. This could be one that you simply go to your bank and ask to, to establish an IRA. really whatever it is, but you could know that you could roll it over into an IRA if you choose to do so. Another one is to roll over the balance into another retirement plan. So you can ask your employer to transfer your account balance directly to your new employer's plan. If it accepts such transfers, again, it's it's a conditional, but almost always it's allowed. A lump sum distribution, you can choose to receive your benefits as a single payment from your plan, effectively cashing out your account. You need to pay income taxes, and the amount you receive will be reduced by not only that, by the taxes that you have to pay, which are unavoidable. You may also incur a penalty, a 10% tax penalty, if you are under the age of 59 and a half, which I assume most people here probably are. So, clearly we discourage people from going for direct distributions, but we understand that there are situations in which that might be necessary, but you want to avoid it if possible. Our contact information. So I'll leave you with this. You could reach any of our advisors at askebsa.dol.gov. That's where you could submit a web inquiry. There is our phone number, 866-444-3272. Our website has a lot of publications, opinions, advisory opinions that people are sometimes interested in. And probably the best one that you can read is this one right here, that's called Retirement and Healthcare Coverage, questions and answers for dislocated workers, and it's available in a couple different languages. Marketplace info, healthcare.gov. Again, I recommend that you go there and or call that number at the bottom of the screen, because you will not only find out what you could be looking to pay with private health insurance with the marketplace, but also any government programs or assistance that you might be eligible for. With that, thank you very much for listening to that really long presentation, and thank you to the employer as well for inviting us to share this vital information.
Thank you very much, Andres, for sharing this information that is not commonly known to the masses. Again, we ask that you all write down your questions and save them for the end of the meeting. At this time, I would like to transfer the floor to our next presenter, Jamie Ram, with the Illinois Department of Employment and Security.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Jamie, and I'm going to be talking about unemployment insurance benefits. So just to give everyone an overview, unemployment insurance is a federally funded, state-administered program designed to provide financial assistance during periods of unemployment or underemployment. Underemployment means that you are working less than full-time because full-time work is not available, and your earnings fall below a certain level determined at the time you file your claim. Unemployment insurance taxes are paid by employers and not the workers. So the Illinois Department of Employment Security collects those taxes from employers and distributes the funds to eligible Illinois workers as unemployment insurance benefits. So the next thing that I'm going to be talking about is eligibility requirements on the next slide. So to be eligible for unemployment insurance benefits, you must be involuntarily unemployed or underemployed. You may be disqualified if you quit your job voluntarily without good cause or were discharged for misconduct in connection with your work or discharged for a felony or theft in connection with your work. You must have earned at least $1,600 during the base period, which is the most recent 12-month period, broken into 4 quarters, and at least $440 in separate quarters within that base period. So in the next slide, I'm going to be talking about the minimum and maximum benefit amounts. So unemployment insurance benefits are not a replacement for your salary, but a bridge to get you from one job to the next. So your claim is active for a 1-year period, but within that year, the maximum number of weeks that you're able to receive unemployment insurance benefits is 26, although currently there are extensions in place in response to COVID-19. So the minimum weekly benefit amount for the state of Illinois for an individual is $51, and the maximum amount is $505. You are allowed to claim one dependent, and it can either be a non-working spouse or a child under the age of 18. If your dependent is a non-working spouse, the maximum weekly benefit amount is $601, and if your dependent is a child under the age of 18, the maximum benefit amount is $693. So in the next slide, I'm going to be talking about when and where to file. Please make sure to file your claim within that first week after becoming unemployed or the week right after. There are normally 3 ways to file, but currently there are 2. We strongly encourage you to apply online at www.ides.illinois.gov. You can also file by phone. So the claimant services number is 800-244-5631. You would be able to come into a local IDES office, but currently all IDES offices are closed due to the pandemic. So in the next slide, we're going to talk about filing your claim online at ides.illinois.gov. So when filing online, you can click on the left side where it says file an unemployment claim. There is a video that you can watch that explains the whole process. And so you would click on File an Unemployment Claim and then follow the steps for username and password creation or retrieval if need be. Also, please pay attention to the directions provided on the IDS website, as under the current circumstances, changes may occur. So in the next slide, we're going to be talking about information needed to file your claim. So it's best to gather the following information before you attempt to file your claim. Your Social Security number and your name as it appears on your Social Security card, your driver's license or state ID. If you're a United States citizen, your alien registration information, and then your name, address, phone number, employment dates, and separation reasons for all employers you worked for in the last 18 months. Also, information about any pension or retirement payments you are receiving. And this does not include Social Security benefits. You will need to provide your banking information if you would like to receive payments via direct deposit rather than the automatically issued debit card. If you're claiming your spouse, you must provide their name, your spouse's Social Security number, and employment status. If claiming a child, you must provide their name, date of birth, and Social Security number for that child. Also, remember that you can only claim one dependent, so it will either be a non-working spouse or a dependent child. You will also have the choice of having federal and state taxes withheld from your weekly benefit amount. You will pay the taxes either way, now or when you file your taxes. So in the next slide, in what happens next, we're going to be talking about the 4 important components after you file. The next slide, what happens next? Registering and creating or uploading a resume in Illinois Job Link. Also, we'll be talking about receiving and reviewing the UI finding letter that will come in the mail in 7 to 10 days. Recording your work search and certifying every 2 weeks. So in the next slide, we're going to talk about IllinoisJobLink.com. So in the next slide, we'll be talking about IllinoisJobLink.com. So every UI benefit recipient must register with Illinois JobLink. Illinois JobLink is an internet-based job search resource where employers can post jobs and job seekers can post resumes and search for jobs. If you already have an account in Illinois JobLink from a previous claim, you can log in with your username and password or follow the steps on the website to retrieve your username and reset your password. If you are going to try and create your own account, please make sure you enter your Social Security number to prohibit the creation of duplicate accounts. Oftentimes, if it's your first time filing an unemployment claim, the system will automatically create an account for you in Illinois JobLink and assign you a username. So once you are logged into your Illinois JobLink account, you can create a resume using the website's Resume Builder tool, or you can upload a resume in a Word doc format. The website currently does not accept a PDF format. For failure to complete your registration and activate a resume in Illinois JobLink may delay or possibly stop your unemployment insurance benefits. So in the next slide, we're going to be talking about Illinois JobLink and using it for your job search. So you can conduct job searches in Illinois JobLink using the job title, location, and miles from the location you are willing to accept employment. You can refine your search by using filters such as the date posted, city, wage, education, etc. You can save and label your searches for later reference as well. So Illinois JobLink will record the jobs you look at and apply for, which is important for your work search record. So in the next slide, we're just going to talk about some benefits of using Illinois JobLink, which are it's no cost to you. Employers can find your resume based on keywords in your resume, and you can access this website 24/7. And as I mentioned previously, it will record your work search when you are logged into your account. So that is a convenient feature. In the next slide, I'm going to be talking about keeping your work search record. So the next slide, please. You must keep a log of weekly work searches. You must also keep your work search records for 53 weeks after your claim ends. When you're logged into your Illinois JobLink account, the jobs that you have looked at and applied for will be recorded. Otherwise, you must write your work search on a State of Illinois work search form, which can be found on the IDES website under the Individuals tab and under the Forms and Publications tab. So in the next slide, I'm going to be going over the UI finding letter. So once you filed your claim, you will receive a letter by mail within 7 to 10 business days. Please make sure you review this letter carefully. The UI finding letter will inform you of your base period wages and your benefit year, your maximum benefit amount, and your weekly benefit amount. The letter also indicates your payment type, so that's either the debit card or direct deposit. Remember that debit cards are automatically issued, even if you set up direct deposit when filing. Just please make sure the funds are directly deposited, correctly, and keep the card in a safe place if you're not utilizing it. And if you're going to be using a debit card for payment, you must activate it first. So the UI finding letter also informs you of your first certification date and the day of the week that will be your designated day to certify. So in the next slide, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about certifying for benefits. So you will certify for the first time on your date designated on your UI finding letter, and that will be either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. You will certify every 2 weeks from that day forward. So it's every 2 weeks, every other week on your designated day of the week. If you miss your day to certify, Thursdays and Fridays are the makeup days for that week. So you're certifying for the 2 previous calendar weeks, which runs from Sunday to Saturday. If you do earn some wages in the week for which you are certifying, you must report those gross wages the week that you earn them and not the week that you got paid. So in the next slide, you can certify for unemployment insurance benefits at www.ides.illinois.gov. So you would just log in with your username and password to certify. You can also certify by phone via teleserve. The teleserve number is 312-338-4337. So the first time you call, you will be prompted to create a PIN number. Please remember the PIN, as you will need it every time you call to certify. Again, the number for claimant services is 800-244-5631 if you have any issues with that. So once you certify, electronic payments are usually available in 2 to 3 business days. So in the next slide, I'm going to be going over ongoing eligibility requirements. So every time you certify, you must meet eligibility requirements. So you must be still involuntarily unemployed or underemployed. You must be able, available, and actively seeking work. So benefits are not paid for any period in which you are on vacation or for any days that you are unable to work. For example, it could be due to an illness, family obligation, or lack of transportation. And then also, please remember to certify every other week. If you do not certify, you will not get paid. And then also I wanted to point out if you are in school full-time or part of a training program, you would still be eligible to receive unemployment insurance benefits if you are part of WIOA. So if you go through WIOA for that. So in the next slide, I'm going to be talking about part-time wages. So if you can get part-time work while searching for full-time employment, you can still be eligible to receive unemployment insurance benefits, though they may be partial benefits. So again, you must report gross wages in the week that you earn them when you certify. So you can earn up to half of your individual weekly benefit amount without it affecting your full weekly benefit amount. Earnings over 50% of your weekly individual amount, but less than your full benefit amount, are deducted from the full weekly benefit amount, and you will receive a partial payment. So whatever amount that you're over is deducted dollar for dollar from your full weekly benefit amount. And dependent amounts are not included in these calculations. So in the last slide here, I'm just going to be going over some final thoughts and some things to remember. So please check your mail and open all correspondence immediately from IDES. Most correspondence is done by mail. And then also, please pay close attention to the information in the UI finding letter. It's a very important letter. And then also, don't forget to certify every other week. And then also, please keep a work search record for every week you are unemployed and save it for 53 weeks after your claim ends. And then also utilize Illinois Job Link as one of your job search tools. And then also make sure your account is active and your resume is updated and complete in there. And then also monitor information on the IDES website because these are, unprecedented times and things are constantly changing. So that concludes my presentation for IDES. And thank you for listening.
Thank you, Jamie, for sharing vital unemployment insurance information that will ease the hardships of being laid off. Please keep in mind that these resources are recorded and will be available to you on your company webpage that can be accessed by using the provided link or the QR code. The resourceful information has also been shared with your HR department if you don't have tools available to record the information provided. At this time, I would like to open the floor to the employees impacted by the layoff to ask any questions within the remaining 20 minutes available, and our core partners will address any questions as they are the subject matter experts in their respective roles. Do we have any questions from the employees or the employer?
Give me 1 second. I'll chat them to you if we do.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Chelsea.
Yes.
While we are waiting, were you able to confirm the number of participants that are attending the workshop today?
25.
Thank you very much.
The 300 is still be extended longer for the people getting laid off now, like before the September cutoff date.
Did you hear that question?
I'm sorry, can you please repeat the question?
Do you know if the extra 300 is going to be shut off before the September 6th date when it's supposed to cancel, whatever, for the people that are getting laid off now?
He's referring to the unemployment, the extra $300 right now. It's supposed to end in September. Is that still planned to end?
Yes, it is. It is going to end in the beginning of September.
So then they won't get it. Once that is over, it's over. So
Right.
That's going to be a different amount.
The amount that you gave was the correct amount, or that's it's going to be different come September?
You mean the maximum benefit amount?
Yes.
That I gave? No,
Yeah.
that is the current maximum benefit amount right now, with or without the extra $300.
Yeah, then I know that was
Thank you.
And do we have any further questions, Chelsea?
Yeah, one second. I'm trying to grab it.
Okay, no problem. Take your time.
I sent one more via the chat.
Okay, I'll go ahead and read the question in the chat. And this question is in regard to resources for veterans. Proof of veteran status, do you have any information on that? And I think that this question will be addressed by Jamie as well.
So we do have a veteran intake form. So if you are needing assistance finding employment or veterans benefits, you would contact someone in employment services. So I can leave my email address in the chat, and then we can talk further about what resources that you're looking for, and we can point you in the right direction. So I'm going to do that right now.
Thank you, Jamie.
And Carmine, also at the Job Center, we also have resources for veterans who are looking for a career path. And we will also be able to connect them with the veteran services at our Job Center One Stop. So you can visit our website, lakecountyjobcenter.com, or I'll place the email and phone number on the chat. You can also reach out to us and we will connect you.
Thank you very much for sharing that information, Antonio. Do we have any other questions at the moment?
I have another one.
I went to the job center and got trained as a CDL driver, and I still accurate have my CDL, or can I get retrained for like a month because I've been working here for 2.5 years?
Yes. So please go to our jobcenter.com website and complete your virtual information session. Enter all your information there, and a career specialist will reach out to you within 2 days and will advise you next steps.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And will that be it for the questions today?
I think that answers all our questions, but if I have any more, I will send them your way.
Okay, thank you. Please be sure to do so if needed. I would like to reiterate the importance of completing the survey, accessing the meeting handouts for further review, and utilizing the link to the company page, which will have a recording available. Again, another simple technological method for accessing and storing the web page would be to scan the display QR code beneath the link using the camera on your smartphone. I suggest that you save or bookmark the page into your phone for storage and easy access. If you do not have a smartphone, please take the time to record the link manually. And I would also like to reiterate the importance of enrolling into the programs as soon as possible, specifically for those that are considering acquiring additional training to become more attractive in the job market. The purpose of enrolling now is to coordinate training and unemployment benefits so they are performed in parallel to prevent a period of not receiving benefits while completing the training program. This will create a healthier and more comfortable study environment while attaining training credentials and advocate for a successful completion of the training program. Thank you to our core partners for being here to share vital information to support your transition back into the workforce. And again, thank you all for your time and good luck with your employment endeavors, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you.